Hey guys, Corey here with Akai. We're back with another MPC X video. We're going to keep it pretty simple with this one and show you how you can get started with a demo project and deconstruct it and use it to learn about the MPC X and everything that goes into making a project and building a song. And on top of that, we'll show you how to take a demo project and make it your own. So if you've never used an MPC before, or if you're just getting started, maybe you just need a refresher because you haven't used one in a while, this is a great video to watch because I'll show you how easy it is to use the stuff that's already there and turn it into something that is your own and really get that creative energy flowing if nothing else. So first thing we're going to do is turn it on. All right, cool. So here's the initial screen. It might look a little different for you if you've already changed the way it looks. Either way, you're going to have some demo projects there. First thing to do is let's pick one. I kind of like the pop track, so I'm going to go with that. All right, cool. So let's hear what this sounds like. Sounds like we have some synth sounds, obviously a drum kit, probably some additional percussion, definitely a vocal sample in there. So if you want to really take a look at everything that's going on in the track, or at least get a good overview, the best thing to do is check out the track mute section. So if we go to menu and track mute, so here I can see all of the tracks that are in the project, and I can mute them so we can solo tracks and really see what went into making that song. So if I hit play, we can mute the tracks and see how they're contributing. Okay, cool. So we learned a lot from that. If nothing else, I had some fun muting and unmuting the tracks, sort of creating my own dynamic for the song, which is, you can have a lot of fun just on its own doing that. But let's say I want to change some of it. I don't like that synth sound that's going on. I'm pretty sure that's in the pop drums track. So we're going to check that out. I'm going to go to main. We're going to find the pop drums track. There it is, and then somewhere in here, I bet, is that synth sample. There it is. So let's find something else to replace that with. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the grid, and we're going to take a look at that sequence. So that synth sounds on pad 13. There it is. There's that one event. So this is one sample that's going on and comes in a few times over the course of about 30 bars or so. So I want to get rid of that sample. I don't want it in the sequence anymore. So I'm going to select the eraser. Well, first I'm going to zoom in a little further. You can see all the events on this track are selected because I hit the pad. And I'm going to select the eraser, and we're just going to get rid of all of them. And that's it. It's all gone. So now if I play it, no more synth sound. So let's find something else that I like better. If you want to check out what is in the program that you're messing around with, go to assign samples and it'll give you an overview of what's on each pad. So there's nothing on any of the other banks, just the first 16 pads. So I don't really like any of these samples. We can go through and browse for other samples that are on the hard drive. So let's do that. If I hit browse here, now we're in the browser. You can see at the top there's a few ways to sort through what you're looking at in the browser. We've got an icon here for project. Next is sequence, programs, samples, and then all files. What I want to do, because I'm looking for a specific sample, I'm going to look for waves. I'm going to go to wave. So here's all the samples. And right now you can hear I have auto audition on. If you hit audition here, you can turn auto audition on and off. I don't really want it on right now because I know I'm gonna have to scroll through a lot of samples I don't want to hear. So let's turn that off for a second. And actually, I kind of want a different synth sound. So let's actually search for synth and see what comes up. Cool, so that's a lot of stuff. So now I'm going to turn auto addition back on and we're going to go through these sounds. I kind of like this one. Let's load this one up. That's all that takes. Kind of like this one. Let's load that one up. These are kind of cool. I actually really like these melodic synth lines, but I'd like to use a lot of them. So one thing what we can do is actually see if there's a program that combines them all together, and then we can just load a new program to cover that melodic sound. So let's search synth again in the programs and see if it comes up. Looks like it does. It's one of these. So let's load this whole program actually. And so now that I have a whole program that I want to use, and what I want to do is I want to create a new track, and then we'll just have a whole track just for our synth sounds. So I've got the track selected on the display here, and I'm going to find the first one that's not used. That appears to be track 8. Now this is set as a key group program. You can tell because the little keyboard is selected. I want it to be selected, set as a drum program. So I'm just going to choose the little 4 squares right there for a drum program. And next, I'm going to select the program that I'm using and find the one we just loaded, which is right here, the melodic synth. All right, so now we can hit any of the pads and just see what we're working with. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. I'm going to hit record because this is a brand new track. I'm not going to have to worry about writing over anything. But if you are recording to a track that already exists, maybe you're just layering some synths over your drum sounds, you're going to want to use overdub, because if there's anything else on that track, overdub will only record the stuff that you're playing. It won't overwrite anything else that's already there. But because this is a bare track, I'm just going to use record and hit play start to start it from the beginning, and it should count me in, and then we'll start recording. Cool. So that was a lot of fun, and I barely had to do anything. And so now if I play it back from the beginning, we'll hear the new synth track playing over all of our older drum stuff from the demo. Awesome. I barely had to do anything, and I've turned the demo track into my own. You could argue, and I'll be the first to admit, that I probably didn't make it any better, but I made it my own. So it's just a good example of how you can take something that's already on the MPC X, just right out of the box, and just start having fun with it right away, and learn something about how people build tracks with the MPC and how easy it can be. Finally, the last thing I want to show you is how to save the project. Now, the most important part is you're not going to save over the demo project. It won't let you. If you ever want to come back and start from scratch, you can't. So I'm going to hit the folder up here. And so this will show me everything that's in the project, all the programs, all the samples, all the sequences. And before we save it, one thing that I want to show you is the purge. If you've been messing around with the project, maybe loading up a bunch of programs you didn't end up using, just sort of exploring, purge will allow you to get rid of all the samples that you didn't end up using, and basically take them out of the project won't look for them anymore. So I'm going to hit purge. If you select unused samples, it will remove all samples that aren't assigned to a program. It will remove them from the project, and you won't have to worry about them anymore. Cool. So very quick. Purge helps you save a lot of space and resources. So it's a good thing to do every now and then. if you've been exploring. So finally, all I'm going to do is save it. So we're going to hit save. It'll automatically make me save as. You can save it to the internal drive, which will default to the MPC Documents Projects folder. That's where I recommend saving most of your projects, especially if you plan on just using them on the MPC X. But if you have an external drive connected, those will show up there as well, and you can save there. So I'm just going to type in a new name here. We're just going to name it Query Test. That's it. And we'll hit save. So that's about it for this demo, guys. But please let us know what you want to see next. I know this isn't very advanced, and we'll definitely do some advanced stuff going forward as people are just receiving their MPC X's and just getting started with them in a lot of cases. I think that this video will help launch a lot of people into exploring the MPC X. Please let us know in the comments section what you want to see next. Ask us questions. We're happy to help. I'll include some other demos and tutorials and stuff in the description section, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, we look forward to hearing back from you guys. I'll see you next time.